So I was texting my mom earlier like I normally do, and in the midst of texting my mom, I was doing what I thought a tarot card reading for me. Well, I'm not saying that it wasn't for me, it's for anyone who is at this frequency right now. I was using my Isis card, and the one card that one card that I had was Mother of Life, which is Isis wings. And I didn't even get to finish to read about what that card was entailed because I had such a download that I was texting my mom that I'm still kind of blown away. I haven't even finished my reading yet. So I text my mom, and I came to realize something about from being a child to an adult. I text her, it dawned on me, the death of her husband was a result of that specific vibration, that specific energy, that specific frequency that she was in was the last tie that she needed in order to break free from that to move on to the next part or the next season of her life. I explained to her that she needed to go through what she went through in order to get to the next level. I said, it dawned on me the death of your husband was the death of your karma and the death of vibrations you attracted as a child. And this is why you are in a new season, because that has been now put to an end. There needs to be a balance in someone's life, and you need to reap what was sown or what you've sown into your life. You can't always be in a bad place. Good must come out of it as well, good or bad, depending what situation you're in, whether you're in a good situation or a bad situation. There needs to be a balance, good and bad. Like a pendulum must swing side to side. It's balance. When you hold a pendulum, it goes like this. It has to swing side to side because it's balance. Good, bad, bad, good. Negative, positive, positive, negative. The earth also goes through seasons for new life and new growth. You have fall, winter, summer, spring. That's not the order, but you have these different seasons because this is how this world works. You need to go through these different seasons. You need to have the cold weather in order to get the warm weather. You need to have certain weather and the sun needs to be in a certain position in order for the plants to grow and able to harvest new things, plants, whatever. We need to go through these seasons just like Earth needs to go through these seasons. In the Bible it says, every youth grows tired and weary. Even youth grows tired and weary. And young men stumble and fall, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. What does this mean? But those who hope in the Lord. Okay? Since I've been reading the Kabbalion, I've been reading the Bible somewhat as well, and I'm seeing the Bible in a whole new light for what it really was trying to say to us. I read the Bible my whole life and never really fully took or understood what it was really trying to tell me. Like, okay, so if I have hope in the Lord's going to save me and make sure that I'm okay. No, that's not what it's saying exactly. This is what it's saying. Meaning, those who walk with love in the heart. What is creation is built out of love too. You use it as your mind, but it's from the heart. And do good deeds to raise their vibrations to attract better things to come. So as you're walking in this desert and all these terrible things are happening around you, if you still keep a positive note as you are in negative situation, you are going to reap those good things later on. No matter how bad the situation is, you will reap those seeds you inputted as you were in that situation. later on it will come to you. And to good deeds to raise their vibrations, to attract better things to come. If you do this, you will soar like an eagle. The eagle is the only animal that could go so high. And the old will die out. People who are negative in your life will disappear, and circumstances will change. So I don't care how ugly your situation looks today, the circumstances are going to change as long as you keep a positive note. You don't want to keep harnessing this negative energy because you're never going to get out of it. Even if you have an opportunity to get out of it, you're so self-consumed in this negativity, you couldn't. Energy flows, okay? It's constantly flowing. And even if you do have a little strand that wants to go this way, if you ignore that strand and don't wait a minute here. I see a light under the tunnel. What's going on here? If you don't do that, what's going on? And you just keep focused on this negative energy, you're going to be trapped in it. And that's how depression happens. You need to get out of it. So while you're in this desert, allow that one little strand while everything's going this way. Look at that one little strand. Even the Bible talks about this as well. In the Bible it states, and Jesus said to them, I tell you the truth, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you could say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. Matthew 17:20. See, no matter how small that little strand is, if you just happen to look at it, you've already given it attention. You've already given it energy. So no matter how small that little strand of energy is, now it's going to, because you gave it attention and there needs to be balance and that pendulum is swinging, you need to go. It's going to take you there. And that's what it means. It's going to take you to that new frequency because you gave it just a small amount of attention. That you took away your attention from this, even if it was just a moment. Okay? And also, I had suggested it's not only her husband vibration she was attracting. The thing is, when we're children, we consume the energy that our parents gave us, our childhood, certain circumstances, certain events, people around us, what people have said to us, what society has said to us. We're taking on all these energies as a child, and then we become adults. We're stuck in those frequencies, and that's why they say, oh, you married your mother, or oh, you married your father. Yes, because there was something there that you were not able to break free from. And that's why they say that. So until you get out of that frequency, you will be trapped in that frequency. Now, the universe will try to give you an outlet. There will always be an outlet, but it just depends how consumed you are to even notice that outlet. And that being said, what is it that you guys are doing to change your frequency? As above, so below. The laws of the universe are the same as well as is on this earth. Okay? The laws still apply. And it applies in every level of our lives. What is it that you're doing to change that frequency? Are you looking at your little tunnel of light while you're in some darkness right now? Are you? Or are you self-consumed and you're playing a victim right now and having problems trying to figure out how to get out of it? But the answer was always inside of you. You're just too scared to step out of it. And that's how we get stuck, because we have that fear of the unknown. Because even though it doesn't seem like safety to the rest of us, down inside we feel like this is safety because we don't know no better. We don't know how to attract anything else. Well, what if I do this and it doesn't work out? No. Just do it. Just do it. Because it came to you for a reason. What is the first thing that the Kabbalion says about creating, or who your creator is? Man has 3 ways of creating. One way, we create with our hands. We make things. We make things. Okay? The second way, women make babies with their men. We have a reproductive system. We give birth to children to populate. And the third way, it's right here. Whatever we think, whatever we meditate on and focus on, it will eventually manifest into something. This didn't just come out because we just started doing it. No, we thought about it. It was in our minds first before we created this. Before we became a mother, we thought about this. It's a possibility. It's here. That's how our God created all this. It was here first. And that is why we are creators as well. Because in order for us to create something, we had to think it here first. Okay? So when you start changing your mindset, start changing the way you think, let go of old habits, let go of old ways of thinking, what people have told you, what people have said you can or cannot be, what society said and put you in a box, saying you must work and get married and that's it and that's all, that's life. That is not life. That is bondage. You did not come to this world to work, get married and have kids and die. I promise and guarantee you that is a small fraction of why you came here. Think outside the matrix box. Think outside that. You are here not to just exist, because that's all that is existing. And yes, it has, you have your moments where like, I made that child, or oh, I made that business, or I do my job great. Yes, don't get me wrong. But that is a fraction of why you're here. Why are you here? To have a life experience. You are a soul who decided to come down here and experience life. So why don't you experience it to the fullest? Get outside the matrix way of thinking. We are here to experience one another and experience. I'm experiencing this right now. This is my life purpose right here. As well as my life purpose is to text my mom, is to go out and have fun, to work. My life experience to express myself. I participate in this auric field. All of us do. And imagine if we all think outside that box, what we could produce if we stepped outside and start experiencing life and living life to its full potential. Go travel, experience new foods, create something, manifest things, use what our ancient ancestors did. Before language, guess how we communicated? By energy. What you think animals just sit around chopping it up to one another? You think that's how they express each other? They go meow, meow, bark, bark, chirp, chirp. No. They use energy, they use vibrations to communicate and portray what they want to portray to the other animal. We did the same thing, and then we got language, and then we became so consumed with that we forgot that we pass along energy to one another. Even as we're speaking, even as these words are coming out my mouth, I am passing out a certain energy with my words. And if you are on the same frequency, you are picking up this energy that I'm giving you, and it's resonating inside of you because you are on the same energy field, or you are welcoming that same energy field into your aura field, and that's why it's resonating with you, because this all makes sense to you now. And if this doesn't make sense to you now, it will later. Don't worry. It will. But I planted that seed, just like it said in the Bible too. All it takes is a seed. That's it. You know, studying this book, it's open. It unlocks certain kinds of codes for me. I'm only on 5. When I read it, I focus on one chapter and I meditate on it. Because what it means to meditate on something, like after you read it or watch a video, I'm absorbing the energy that it was meant to give me. And I'm allowing it to flow through my body for me to understand it. So when I pick up a certain book, that's because I'm at that frequency right now. And so if I grab that book or watch that video, it's because I'm on that frequency and I need to hear that. Because I need that energy that it was meant to put out. I need it. And that's why the universe gave it to me. Just like you are watching this video right now, it's because you were meant to watch it, because you were asking for this energy. You wanted this frequency that I'm giving out right now. And that's why you are still tuned in, watching this video right now instead of just skipping to the next, because it's resonating with inside. Just as if I picked up the Kabbalion, I'm allowing it to resonate. I'm not just reading it. You're not just watching this. You're allowing it to resonate and go inside, and you're absorbing everything that it's supposed to give you. It's meant to give you, absorbing it, and you're understanding it. You're not just looking and watching or reading, you are absorbing it. And there's a difference. I could just read the Kabbalion and be like, oh, okay, and I'm done. And I got nothing out of it. But, you know, Sue over here, she's studying each chapter, and that chapter only took a whole week for her to absorb, or a whole day to absorb, or however long it took to absorb it for her to get to the next one. I'm already done with the book, didn't get nothing out of it. Like, oh yeah, it said this, that. And she just got all these downloads, just blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you got that out of the book? I'm stunned, because I wasn't meant for it. Susie was. Same thing here. That's why we attract. That's why we're in certain frequencies. You know, you go through a breakup, and then all of a sudden a song or a quote pops up on your timeline or your YouTube thing or whatever, or you are out and about and, you know, you see something. It's because you're on that frequency, and that's why you saw it, because that's where you're at right now. So the universe is just giving you something maybe to help you get out of it, or help heal you through it. You know, you broke up, your significant other, you hear these love songs, you're crying, it's because you're in that frequency. It's to help heal. Because our bodies are always trying to find a way to heal ourselves. We're constantly trying to find a way to heal ourselves. We're constantly trying to find a way to nurture ourselves, because this is what we're supposed to do. And some of us get, you know, turned the wrong way, and then that's where addiction comes around with drugs and stuff. It's because they're looking the wrong places to help heal. It's only healing them for a moment because they're so high, and then they're back in reality, and they got to keep doing it to get that certain chemical inside their body to make them feel okay. And other people look for a more positive way of trying to heal. You know, self-help books, you know, self-help videos, psychology, you know, whatever it is that they need to do. Go out, walk in nature. You know, nature is the best source of medicine. This is beautiful right here. This is beautiful. I'm grounding myself. So, you know, you need to start asking yourself, what energy are you vibrating on? What frequency are you on? I mean, there's so many, and don't think it's just one type of energy. There's so many different planes and fields, and it just gets crazy, you know? Just because, you know, you can have a business person who is excellent in business. I mean, they got a multi-billion-dollar business, but they suck at relationships because they're not all well-rounded. They need to find balance. they need to work on that relation part if that's something they want in their life. What is it that I'm doing wrong here? Because don't think it's always the other person. It's because you attract that other person. So there is something that is inside of you that you have created in your mind. So what are you attracting? It's not always the other person. It's you, because you attracted that person. You allowed that person into your auric field. Why did you allow that person to your auric field? Do you need that type of negative energy? Again, pendulum. Okay? You're going to attract good, and you're going to attract bad. But find a high frequency. What do you think? You know, you think about our DNA, you think about the elites, you think about us. They already know it's about frequency. Why do you think all of them, they live such a high, vibrant life, and they keep the rest of us low vibrating? And I'm not saying like all rich people are the elite. No, I'm talking about the elites. Okay? The very few people that run this shit, that created this matrix world, they do these things for a reason. They're vibrating so fucking high. And it's getting passed from children to children to children to children. It's generational. It's going. They're keeping the the frequency high. The vibrations high. And then you think about the rest of the ones, like the African Americans, the Hispanic people, even some white people, you know, even some, you know, Asian. I'm not just saying, you know, this is how it is, because, you know, there's some very successful people outside of, you know, American people. I'm not being racist at all, but I'm saying there is a group of people, they keep at a very low vibrational energy, and it's getting passed from children to children to children as well. Okay? You're going to prison, getting out of prison. The cycle is recycled. It's a recycled energy, and they know they're recycling this energy. This is the point. They don't want us to have one over on them. But the pendulum still is swinging. Out of all that negativity, you're going to have an offspring, just like they're going to have an offspring that's going to go through bullshit. And we're going to have an offspring that's going to set the stage and move forward with themselves. And those are the successful ones that I'm talking about, that are not part of the elite, who get out of the ghetto. Get it? It has to happen. It's the law of the universe. There has to be balance. But if we all vibrate at a high level and recognize the game for what it really is, they can't have one over on us. When we start to realize the shit that really is going on around here, they can't have one over on us. It's impossible. Wake up, people. This stuff is real. This is some real stuff. I recommend reading that book, and I recommend not only reading it, absorb it. The energies that it's meant to give out, absorb those energies, and allow the downloads to decode itself. And they say that, you know, the Bible's not real, blah, blah, blah. No. I believe there's some truth in there. And if you read it with a different eye than a religious eye, and you read it with your third eye instead of the eye they gave you with religion and fear, you'll realize that the Kabbalion and the Bible are talking about the same thing. Jesus Christ was not just brought here to die for our sins from God. No. Christ-like. We are meant to live Christ-like. He showed us and gave us the tools to be able to use our third eye and recognize vibrations and energies and be able to manifest things that everyone feels is impossible, but yet they were never impossible because our ancient ancestors used to do them before we got lost in this corruption. We used to do this. Remember, our bodies may have forgotten, but our soul remembers. So when you hear certain things that reminds you what your soul already knows, it will resonate and you're going to be like, you know what? She's right. We did used to do this. But we have been taught to believe that we can't manifest anything, that we are not creators ourselves, but we forget the creator of all, the all who created everything, used this. Just like we are able to use this to create phones, to create everything. Our creator did the same thing. That's why we are a part of our creator. That's why we are, your creator didn't make us just be like human. Like our creator is not a man in the sky, an old man in the sky. No. Energy, frequency. Learn how to use your own. Well, I hope you like this video, you guys. I could get a lot deeper, but I think you guys should just, resonate with this inside and, tell me what you think. Comment below. Thank you.